It's called a dive memory suit. And that's a medium-sized one. This being a smaller one, a shallower one, is a bit lighter. We're currently making another one that's darker, much longer, larger. This is a weight belt. I don't know if anyone's hands up here who's scuba dives or free dives. More about that later. That's a lot of weight, so I use that in research, which I like atmosphere one, which is what we live at, and I'll explain that a little bit more later too. And I'm going to be participatory here, and I need you to all do something for me. I'm interested to talk about biomass, and I want you to all be in one little section here. So I need you to relax out of your humanness for a moment and just be as neutral as you can. So any quirks or mannerisms that you yourself might be used to, I want you to try to see if you can do away with them and become a little more neutral, and sitting as neutral as you possibly can. I want you to close your eyes. I just want you to start breathing. And just over the next, say, 6 breaths, your own capacity, your own breathing, wherever your breath might be up now. And just studying your breath for a moment as it moves in through the nose, through the passages of the nostrils, and out through the mouth, without flaring the nostrils or pursing the lips overtly forward. Just see if you can let the lower jaw hang and release. Become more aware that on the inhalation, you're filling the body, the musculatory system with oxygen. And on the exhalation, you're emptying it. In a scuba diving sense, once we've found a state of neutral buoyancy, which I'll try to get to explain a little later on in more detail, it's the prized state that we're looking for as a scuba diver, which is neither positively buoyant, which is absolutely floating, or absolute negative buoyancy, which is absolute sinking. It's in between those 2 points. The weights that we wear are descending us, constantly wanting to descend us, all the way to the bottom if we would allow it. The buoyancy control device that we wear, that is connected to our tank, our gas tank or oxygen tank, which rides on our back. When we fill that buoyancy control device with air, it offsets the negative buoyancy and that tendency to want to keep descending. And it brings us back up. If we took our weight belt off, we would come all the way back up to the surface. A very dangerous thing, which I won't elaborate on now. So, offset between positive buoyancy and negative buoyancy is this wonderful, almost fully weightless space known as neutral buoyancy. And it is the most at one experience I've ever had with nature, or ever had with the idea of my own space, my own private space. I'm going to get you now to work with some techniques of breathing. I'm going to count 5 beats to breathe in and 5 beats to breathe out. We'll try to do it together and make it slightly audible so our neighbours can hear us breathing. As audible as you like, in fact. So getting ready to take an inhalation on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, ascending. 2, 3, 4, 5, descending. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. A little louder. Inhale, ascending. 2, 3, 4, 5, descending. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. I'll give you one more minute. I want you to keep going and see if, as a group, you can hear one another slow down. Put more space between those beats. Not just for yourself, but environmentally aware of everybody else and the rest of the oxygenated space around you. All these other breathing beings are made up of the same water ratio as you, 71 to 72%. So not are they only a breathing body of oxygen around you, but they're a body of water. You're sharing this space with about 30 other bodies of water. See if you can slow it down. Keep it audible. In scuba diving, as I was saying before, on the inhalation, we ascend a little. Once we've found neutral buoyancy, it is our lungs that communicate to the environment around us directly. So on the inhalation, our body mass expands, and so the water environment around us displaces and we rise a little. On the exhalation, our body mass reduces, and so the pressurized water environment around us displaces, and we descend a little. And we get better and better with the techniques, just like a good tendu, a nice port de bras. We get better and better at the techniques within scuba diving. So many more than you'd realize from the outside of the diving world are available in scuba diving to get to know and to learn. Some people, like myself, get really obsessive about them. So I want you to open your eyes now and just relax and just keep that awareness of that breath going. Start talking this through.